This is of course the seat tube, or the extended seat tube, with the seat tube going all the way up here. Alright, so here I am on my balcony, and this is the only place that I can really spray this thing in open air. So I'm just going to use what I have, and right there is on my frames are on the ground, obviously. And right here is what I'm using to take out the paint. It's called Fox D paint remover. I think this is a Chinese brand, and this is the only thing I can find in a spray can. There was a lot of other paint removers available via like I think it's just like other liquids. I didn't want to go that route because I would have to use a paintbrush and all that, and I just want to spray it on, see how it works. So make sure you're prepared to do this. You'll need this. What I have is a glove, so make sure you have gloves, because these things, they can get irritating if they get on your skin. And then I'm going to use kind of a wooden spatula to kind of scrape off the paint once it starts dissolving. And last but not least, put a mask on, because you don't want to inhale all these chemicals into your body. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so I'm gonna start at the seat tube or chainstay first, in the rear. Wow, this thing is powerful. It's already working right away. Let's go ahead and see that. See how it's bubbling up? When it's bubbling up, that means it's working. So it's working pretty well. Right there, and it is chrome underneath, or at least that's what it looks like at the moment. So that's a good sign, a very good sign. Here it is. This is the finished product. Unfortunately, for the first time that I did it, I used a spray can that was the paint remover, and that can only actually get one side done. And then I ran out, and I went and I bought this product instead. This one is not a spray can. It is more of a liquid type, where you use a brush and you just kind of brush over the paint. Honestly, it didn't work as well as the spray paint, or not the spray paint, but the spray bottle. The spray bottle, when I did it, it worked right away. I mean, the paint was bubbling right away. But this liquid one, it kind of just sat there for a bit, and then eventually after a few minutes, it started eating into the paint. And not only did it get eaten to the paint, but it actually started to like melt the paint. And so it did its job, but it made it very, very messy. Instead of just bubbling it up and you just peeling it, kind of, it was melting the paint into like liquid form. And so it is what it is. It took me a while, but I eventually got all the paint out. That's the good news. The bad news is this. Eventually, when you strip the paint, you get to see everything that is underneath the paint. So as I suspected, it's actually chrome underneath, and it's really cool. I am a big fan of chrome. That's the good news. The bad news is that there's a lot of residue. So if you go up and look closely, there's a lot of leftover residue or leftover paint in a lot of the areas, spots. And this is okay with me because what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically use acetone to try to get this off to make sure that the chrome is shiny and looks like new. So without further ado, let's get to that step. All right, I'm gonna start at the fork end or the dropout at the end right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a rag, just a regular rag, and I'm going to use acetone. So this is just nail polish remover. So it's nothing new, nothing special. You don't have to use, anything else. This is 98% acetone, so it should be strong enough. And I've used this to get rid of adhesive, tape residue and things on my handlebars, steel handlebars in the past, and it's worked wonderfully. So I want to go ahead and assume that it's going to work perfectly on this as well, because it is chrome, and it seems like, although it's not adhesive, it's just like leftover residue from the paint. So let's go ahead and try it out. I'm gonna dab just a little bit on to this rag, and then I'm just going to wipe away. Oh yeah, and it's working really nice. I can see it already. I don't know if you can see it as well on video, but from my end, all the leftover residue paint is going away right away. It's disappearing right away. And this is what acetone does. It helps. It gets rid of it. Matter of fact, I've been doing some research, and I saw some videos on YouTube of some people actually using just plain acetone to get rid of their paint with like a steel wool. I don't want to do that, but and that only works on like stuff that has chrome underneath, like this bike right here. So if you want to try that, you can, but it looks like, wow, it looks really, really good. This looks really, really good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is working really well. Oh, I'm excited for this. See the outcome of the finished frame. Get in between the drops as well. Don't forget those spots, because it was painted as well. At how well this is working. It is bringing new life to the chrome, and it looks like a new bike, honestly. So I don't know if you can really tell, but let's go ahead and give a closer shot at it. Look at that. It is shiny, super nice. Super nice. And you can tell up here, so this is one that's hasn't been shined. You can see the paint residue on that. But if you just go down here, it's like, boom, look at that. You can see your own reflection. The power of acetone, folks. works great. And again, it's nail polish remover basically. It is legit, like nail polish remover. So there it is. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the rest of this frame. Alright, so here is the finished product of the frame. After 2 steps, the first is to use the paint remover, and then the second is to use acetone to get rid of any other residue, paint residue that is left over from the paint remover or paint stripper. Just as I thought it would be, it is chrome underneath. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chrome. So as you can see, the acetone really helped and making this frame stand out and the chrome shine from the paint. Chrome is still in pretty good condition. There are pockets of rust, like you can see right here, on the frame, but I don't mind it, honestly. What do you expect from a frame that's about almost 40 years old, right? You have to expect rust here and there. This is of course the seat tube, or the extended seat tube, with the seat tube going all the way up here. And this part was one of the hardest parts to take off the paint or whatever residue was left over. This is a part of the seat tube. What I did was I got Q-tip, as you guys saw from the video, and I just dipped it into some acetone and it just squeezed it in there, and it really did the job. Took out anything else that was left down there. The bottom bracket, this area is really nice because you can see where it was brazed on. Probably cold waxed it. And so pretty cool to see all that on display on top of the chrome as well. And this is the top tube. And here is the head tube. Again, shiny. Just phenomenal. This chrome is awesome.